Barbados, get up.
Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Morning to you.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you. It is Friday, and for Vincentians all over the world, it is Friday. I'm Pearson Bone. I'll tell you why I say it like that in just a moment. Good having you company. Welcome to today. It's the 28th of November, 2025. And so to those of you waking up to keep us company on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb, thank you for doing so. I also encourage you to share the show. And when you do, we see, and I thank you for doing so as well. So when you talk among yourself, also talk to us. We can't wait to hear what you have to say as a consequence. Of course, if you know of something or someone whose story we have to tell, then you have to tell us. And you can do so by sending us an email. That email address is on your screen. It is morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And again, thank you. So, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I told you about the elections. I've been keeping you up to date as much as I possibly can. So last night, Vincentians and the rest of the world got to know who will now lead the country, and the Grenadines as well, for the next 5 years. And as I started, Friday, that was the rallying chant for the campaign of the New Democratic Party, and they used it in good effect. Dr. Godwin Friday is the new Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And there he is on your screen. That's what he looks like. He says the future is Friday. And if you literally playing on his name, they were so clever to play on his name following a general election on a Thursday. And so they, from the beginning, they were saying the day after Thursday is what? Friday. And they ran that right through their campaign with the theme, Together We Win. And so he says, thanks to Vincentians, because together we won. And so there it is. The future is indeed Friday. And the final result, based upon the polling in St. Vincent and the Grenadines yesterday, revealed that only one member of the Unity Labour Party won their seat. And that's the outgoing Prime Minister, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. He's the only person. So the NDP, the New Democratic Party, claimed 14 of the 15 seats. The United Labour Party won just one. And so the opposition leader, naturally, is Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. The Prime Minister is Dr. Godwin Friday. Today is a national holiday in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Prime Minister-elect, he says, gather at Kingstown, for Kensington, K words, gather at Kingstown at noon, because that's when the celebrations really begin in earnest. But the celebrations really began last night, because even before the final tally was uttered, people were already on the streets partying and celebrating and blowing their horns and everything else. So it was quite a powerful switch and change of power. And so we wait to see now what comes, having now the power rested in the hands of Dr. Godwin Friday. Congratulations to all involved. So coming up today, it's the Friday before Independence Day. Independence Day is this coming Sunday. And so we want to really whip up the Bajan pride today, because we have with us a genius, a Barbadian genius, as a matter of fact, because there's a new project. If you have already seen, and I know a number of you already have done so because you've been sharing it so widely, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't know, stick around. I'll share with you in just a moment. We'll also hear today from the winners of the 2025 Pontifications and Poetry Schools competition. We have the winners in the primary and secondary sections, and we hear from the ministry just the value that this brings to our education system. We'll also get some standpipe stories today, being told by the standpipes man, Dr. Henderson Carter, because there are some things about our history that we don't know, but he knows. And so he'll come share with us some of the things that he's discovered as he's been gathering the standpipe stories throughout the whole year. It's day 4 of 16 days of activism against gender abuse, gender-based abuse. And so we want to continue that today, looking at what is the work of the Barbados Professional Women's Club. They have a system that really works for women who are abused or find themselves in abusive relationships. We want to see how that's making an impact. Also, we're gathering and we continue to gather in St. Michael. These are the last legs of the regathering in St. Michael, and so we want to hear what's happening this weekend, and they'll join us in just a little while to talk about it. And what are you eating this Independence weekend? Chef Jess has some brilliant ideas, and so she'll join me before the show is done to talk about that. But I am not wasting any more time because the genius is sitting across from me. And when genius graces you with his presence, you pause and you absorb it. Dr. Nicholas Branker is here with me. Morning to you, sir.
Morning, Pearson. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Good.
Happy Independence.
Likewise to you. Good to see you yet again.
Good to be seen and not viewed.
This man had me laughing before 6. He's still laughing, making me laugh. So, Nicholas,
Yeah.
do you sleep or does music live in your head all day long?
Yes, to both. I sleep, but I hear music all the time.
Yeah.
I do. So much so that I only listen to talk radio when I listen to the radio. I can't listen. It's hard because it feels like
Too much
cacophony.
Right, I get you.
But there's always music. But there's music around us all the time.
Sound is around us all the time.
All the
But I
time.
agree with you. There's a rhythm to everything.
Everything.
That's around us. And so it's to be able to tap into that.
Yeah.
But for someone like you who has been putting out projects that are so different and right away we get it, I can't imagine how you dream this up. I know how DJs work. They know beats. They get it. They can mix this and mix that.
Right.
But you take something and you twist it. You don't just mix it. You twist it.
Yeah. I think it is based on, ironically, it is based on the way that my parents raised me. And it was more about language. The more vocabulary you have, the more you can say what you have to say. And I have always focused on having the widest possible vocabulary when I'm expressing myself in music, so that I could do things that other people may not, they may think of, but can't execute. And I like to put different spins on things simply because I think that it's important to make the point that creativity does not necessarily mean composition. Because you can compose a song that sounds exactly like something else. I don't know that that's creative. But you can take existing things and make them different so that there is room for expression in different ways. And I also like to ask questions with music, you know. So did you ever think of this? And if you never did, why didn't you? And what do you think of it now? You know, it's a conversation.
Yeah.
So
I like your response. You started with it being a vocabulary.
yeah.
And that is so powerful in itself. You have no idea how that it resonated with me.
Right.
And you're right. And it ends with asking those questions.
Yeah.
But you have to first ask yourself the questions before you begin to ask me.
Yes.
So that you are clear
Exactly.
on the outcome.
Yeah.
And so you took a number of Bajan hits, classics,
Yeah.
that speak to our identity, that speak to our soul.
Correct.
And you made it happen in this particular project. But you pulled in some good friends too.
Yeah. Well, there are people that I work with all the time who are now used to the method.
The Nicholas Branker way. Nicholas
And
Branker
so-
madness. That's
right.
what it is.
Exactly. So I don't like to, put too many people through that gauntlet. But I called Nikita. I said, this is what I'm thinking about doing. You in for it? And she said, yeah, man, how you mean? Anytime you call me, I'm ready. And then the guys in the band are usually, open to the ideas. And I called them. I said, listen, I want you to come and play on something. I didn't want to say what it was because I actually wasn't sure I could get it done. Because I had it in my head, but I wasn't sure that I could get it executed. Particularly the last song in the medley, because it was originally much faster. And to slow a song down and keep the energy is not easy.
Yes.
And so I just wanted to experiment with it. And then when we started, I was like, okay, fine. And then one of the other members of the band, the steel pan player, who is Andre Ford, is also a videographer. So we have an in-house thing. And we put it together in I'd say about 4 days in all it took. But it was really fun to do. And I'm happy with how people feel about it, because it's not only Barbadian songs, but they're done in a Barbadian way.
Yeah.
And hopefully the standard is high enough that you can realize that we don't really need to look outside as much as we think we need to do to have excellent execution. Because that's also part of my outlook
Yes.
and my
DNA.
and my advocacy is that it isn't better because it's from outside. It could be better, but it isn't just because it's from outside. And we have to be strong enough to believe in what we do. And I think that is this. Well, my whole career has been that, but this is also that in a more obvious way. It's about Barbados, for Barbados, by Barbados.
I love that. About Barbados, for Barbados, by Barbados.
Yes.
How do you know when a project is finished? And I mean that as in you're not going back at this.
I don't know. I don't know, because I am listening to it now every time somebody plays and I say, you know, I could have, I should have, I could have. When it feels right, when I can listen to it and feel like I'm a consumer, that happens. Like you'll be working on a thing and then all of a sudden you're listening to it and you're like, okay, you're just listening to it. Then I say, okay, well then if I can listen to it, somebody else can listen.
Yes.
Say, okay, let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Working with other geniuses as well in the business, because you do have a cadre of young people around you who are brilliant in their own disciplines. And I'm trying to understand the fermentation process, because we all come together. You had the idea and you said, but you don't know if it's going to work.
Right.
And you brought them together, that collaborative consultation. Talk to me a bit about that.
But I like to give space for people to express themselves as well. And they all have ideas, they all have perspectives. But they may not necessarily think about the overall thing, the idea. And I say, okay, this is what you want to do. And I'd be like, you sure? I say, okay, let me try it. And then I would put it together, a whole skeleton, like a demo. And then I would call them in. And not all at one time. We call in people piece by piece. And you say, okay, you do this, you do this, you do this. And then we all listen to it when it's finished. But I try to be as democratic as I can be in a process that is not really democratic.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, somebody has to say yes and no. But I try to make sure that everybody feels comfortable. And what I also try to do is to create a musical space that allows each person's strengths to be shown. So like Nikita can sing, and so you gotta set it up in a way that she can sing, and you know the horn players in the band can't play, so you gotta find a way to arrange the music that you can hear that the horn players can play. You know what I mean? As opposed to just thinking about, well, let me just make this thing. You have to find a way to make everybody excel so that their heart is in it, and then consequently, hopefully that joy will transcend to the audience, because at the end of the day, it is the feeling behind the music that attracts people, not necessarily the music itself. And then to make a video that is fun but serious at the same time, which I think is how I approach life. I'm very serious, but I like to be relaxed about it.
Yes, agreed.
Right?
Here's your brother.
So that's really it in a nutshell. I hope I've answered.
Do you write? And I'm asking because, you know, I wonder sometimes, are they following music notes on a sheet of paper? It just flows.
I can write, but I don't like writing. Because, I mean, it's like any other words on a page only have life when expressed in a particular way. And I find that it is easier for me organically to come up with things and sing it. And then when I sing it, you can feel how I want it to sound. Because if I wrote it and you play it, it's like you're focused on getting it right. And I find that it takes a bit of the emotion out of the thing. So it's much more organic. It takes longer sometimes my way, because people have to pick up things by ear.
Yes.
And I sing something and I'm like, okay, so now this is one of the reasons why I work with the same people all the time. Because like one of the horn players will turn on their phone from the time they come in the studio. Because I'm going to sing something, and I'm like, yeah, I want you to play that. And then if you ever come back 5 minutes and they say, wait, what is that? You sang before? I don't remember that. I don't remember that. So you got to have the phone and you say, okay, let me tell you what you think. I say, okay, right, yes, let's do that. Because it's an ongoing thing. But if I had written it 2 days before, I mean, I respect that process. Because like, there are arrangers and producers who come in to work with everything written. And then they just give it to people and it's played. And I respect that process, but I can't get it done.
I know what you mean.
I can't get it
What
done.
month are you born, by the way?
August.
Anyhow, that's not your fault.
Hey.
That's not your fault.
I had no control.
Exactly.
None.
No, I was asking because the position you just espoused is a position I hold as well. Where oftentimes I'll have a meeting, I'll say to you, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. When you're so focused on making notes, sometimes you don't hear what I'm saying. And all I'm asking you to do then is to reproduce in your own words what I've said. And I think that's so important to the process as well, because that absorption is critical to what comes out. And that's what you do with your musicians. So here we are. What does independence mean to you?
Well, independence means a lot of different things for me. Because I think it is important to recognize that it is impossible to be fully independent. It is about how you view the situation. And I am really, really proud of my country. When I think about what we have achieved with what we have, there's no other country in the world like that, you know? And I feel like if, as a musician, which is all I am, I have to make music that makes people feel the way I feel about Barbados. I don't know if I do it all the time, but I want, when you listen to the music that I make, that you feel the way I feel about the country. Because while I think of myself as a Barbadian, I am also a world citizen, and I want to feel equal to everybody else, right? So that is also what independence means to me. It means equality. It means freedom to be who I am, and the pride in who I am that allows me to interface with anybody else equally. And it also, I mean, the line in the national pledge that says to do credit to my nation wherever I go is my motto for life, you know? And it doesn't necessarily need to be in a visual, obvious way. It is in how I try to take care of myself physically so that I don't overburden the health system for people who need it. It is in helping people that I can help, you know, if you need certain things. It's also about forcing people to see past the fact that they think they need help and they can really fix it themselves, you know. All the different little ways that you function in a society. Because if everybody followed that sentence, we won't have no problems.
Boy, I told you the last time I met you how deep you are. This man has taken me to a different depth of understanding indeed. And so I think we're all now clearer on how you process things and how you and why we experience the things that you process the way that we do. I took time before we came out again to watch what we're going to share with our audience in just a moment. And I was amazed at how everybody was having fun, the fun you spoke of, but everyone was on point. And I kept thinking it must be a joy to be in the kitchen of Nicholas Branker when he's creating the great music that we consume. That is powerful. And by just watching that video, I would love to have that experience one day, maybe one day soon.
Yeah.
And let's feel the pulse of the Nicholas Branker band and the Nicholas Branker lab as he creates and puts so through his own madness what he does indeed. And I commend you always, because there's something different about you that makes us as Barbadians proud. The things that you're seeking to do, we get.
I am glad to hear that. That means a lot. It makes you feel like doing more. Every time we do something, it feels like, okay, we should do more. We should do more. You know.
I mean, when it was released, right away, when it dropped, the production crew ran into me. Nicholas Branca just dropped this new thing. We gotta play it. Because we get excited
Right.
with the creations of Nicholas Branca because
Right.
we know the quality you represent.
Thank you.
And so it's that quality that Morning Barbados is happy to share with the rest of the world. So to you, Nicholas, we say thank you
Thank
for being
you.
the global citizen that you are, but for most of all, being the local citizen you are.
Thank you,
as
sir.
well, because the values you espouse are the values that we as Barbadians hold dear as well. And you're right, I wish more of us will adopt more of those values as well. But together, there is a powerful thing that is coming from this 166 square miles.
Yes,
the
sir.
story of Barbados being told through the brilliance of Nicholas Branca. That's
Thank
what
you.
it is.
Thank you.
And so I thank you for joining us this morning. I wish you happy independence.
Thanks for having me, and happy independence to everybody. Behave yourselves.
We're going to behave ourselves differently now. Take a look at this latest project from Nicholas Branca and the band.
Happy independence to all Barbadians here and abroad.
Hip hooray, got one more knot in time. It's the nation's birthday and we're feeling fine.
Good afternoon. I am Henderson Patrick, Deputy Chief Fire Officer of the Barbados Fire Service. And I want to join with the myriads of Barbadians who will be celebrating the 59th anniversary of our country as an independent nation and also our anniversary as a republic. This year is going to be indeed special because not only will the Barbados Fire Service be participating in this activity as a service, but we will also be engaging some of our young cadets to be part of the experience as well. And it is additionally special because we're going to be installing our second president, Colonel Bostic, a gentleman whom I know personally and has a very fond memory of him. I know him in his experience within the Army, and also I laud him for the experience that we had with him as Minister of Health during the COVID period. And I think that it is because of his leadership that we were able to get through that period of time. He has this wonderful expression, no surrender, no retreat. And I think that that is the position that he was able to instill in every Barbadian from that time up to now. It has become a part of every Barbadian who thinks about resilience and who have a purpose to go forward. I think he has inspired us in that particular regards, and I want to wish him every success, all the best in his new office. I know that he will do Barbados proud and continue, I should say, to do Barbados proud and to lay down additional markers that we as Barbadians can take and emulate as we continue here in this wonderful island of Barbados. Congratulations, Colonel Bostic.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
This parade reminds us of our strength.
I remember when we first raised the flag in 1966. Every year it brings tears of joy to my eyes.
I feel good that Barbados is a very independent country, that it got to break away from England. And I'm just very proud. I'm happy about how our country is. There's nothing like home.
We march for the future, bold and creative.
Unstoppable. God bless Burma Independence Day.
Happy Independence Barbados.
Happy Independence Barbados.
Happy Independence Barbados.
Independence Barbados.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 27 minutes now to go to the hour of 7 o'clock this Friday before Independence Day. And boy, are we celebrating literally the best of who we are. And some of the best of Barbados' future rests in our children. And so recently, as you know, we would have had a pontifications and poetry competition, and we have the winners with us this morning, because you know I love to celebrate winners, right? And so let me introduce you to the people who are part of the process, who brought us joy last Saturday. And so next to me is Zion Bend. She is from the
Shirley Chisholm Primary School.
Thank you so much. And you won the
speech
competition. Good. Next to her is Kaya Barrow. Good morning, Kaya.
Good morning.
And you're from the
St. Mark's Primary School.
And you won the
primary school poetry.
All right, she's a prefect, if you please. And next to her is Trishad Whitehall of the Darrell Jordan Secondary School. And Trishad, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson.
And you won the
speech.
The speech competition.
Yes, sir.
Can't wait to hear how and what you talked about. And next to him, or coming around the corner, is Kiana Paris, also of the Darrell Jordan Secondary School. And Kiana, you are the winner of
the poetry competition.
Boy, I am so proud of each of you today. And across from them, and across from me, is my good friend, Miss Haynes.
Gloria Haynes. You can call me Gloria. Call me G.
Students around.
That's okay.
Gloria Haynes, who is the project lead on this project,
Yes.
indeed. And this is the third time. I'll start with you, Gloria. This is the third year you've been doing this. And I'm sure you've seen the successes, you've seen the changes, you've been able to see all of the benefits that have derived based on what it was set up to do. So talk to me a little bit about the process until now and this progress that you've seen.
Well, as we know, Pontifications and Poetry is an initiative of the Ministry of Educational Transformation in collaboration with Starcom Network Inc. And of course, CBC is always on board. And we have conceptualized this competition because we want to hear the voices of our youth. This year, our topic was Speak Up, Speak Out. But the students didn't have to didn't have to say Speak Up, Speak Out. We just wanted them to speak up, speak out. 2 years ago, when we started, our first theme was a bright future for every child, and that was our Education Month theme. Then last year we had Transforming Education, Making a Way for All. But we thought, let us not pigeonhole our students this year. Just let them speak up and speak out. And of course they did, and they showed out, and they were very excited about the different topics. And I'm sure that you will hear a bit about some of those topics that they spoke about.
Of course.
Yes.
And so in the Frank Cullimore Hall, you had a solo audience who came to witness, and we've seen the growth over time of the number of people who've really caught on to pontifications and poetry, who understand what it is. At first we thought, pontifications and poetry, what a strange set of words to call a competition. But we get it now. And we get to see the value of what our children have to say and their points of view. And I think that's one of the greatest benefits that we're having from this particular effort.
Definitely, and it is all a part of what's happening within our schools. Remember, we want our students to be articulate, and from the time they are in primary school all the way up to secondary school, we want them to be able to have a voice. And remember, CXC has an oral component. At CAPE, there's an oral component. And students having an opportunity to just showcase who they are, that is an excellent thing that the Ministry of Education, we want to make sure that you were talking a lot about global citizenship, and we want to make sure that all students can be able to stand on any stage and be able to project and be able to be confident and show them that this is what Barbados is. We said this is who we are, and we are going to see what our students had to present only last Saturday. And they talked about so many different topics, so many issues in Barbados, and you didn't have to talk about the negatives. There were also some good things about Barbados that they talked about, but a lot of them spoke about the issues in Barbados. So we're going to hear a little bit about what they had to offer.
Indeed. They brought so many pieces of hardware. It's littered at the table. I'm surrounded by trophies and plaques and everything else as well. Miss Zion Bend of the Shirley Chisholm School, you're the head girl. And you had an opportunity to decide that you will enter the competition. What was it that led you to make that decision to enter the pontifications and poetry competition?
Oh, it first started when my teacher gave me a poem to learn in one day, but I suddenly lost it by my friend's house. So my sister had the number of my friend and called her to ask for the poem, and I actually learned it in one day.
In one day? So how many verses were in that poem?
Like 4 or 3.
That's nothing. I used to do 9-verse recitations at church. Stop, don't look at me like that. And so you had to learn, what was the poem about?
I don't really know. I think it's about carrying yourself, don't give up or nothing like that.
Like that, that's what it was about. And so, did you have to dress in costume or what? How did you go about that? To tell that story?
I just did it in front of the board. I had my uniform and everything. I didn't have to do anything special.
Nothing special? Oh.
I just had to act it out and say it, remember it.
I let you pouncy girl. And so I want to see it too. And so for those of you who may not have seen it yet, watch this with us. The presentation by Zion Ben. What's the name of it again?
We Are Watching You.
We Are Watching You. Take a look and then we'll come back and talk some more.
We are watching you, Zion Band.
Peeping. Everybody is peeping. You like too much peeping. Some of you believe that children don't have a clue what's going on in this country. But we are not just using one eyeball. We are using all two. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to remind you that you're under 24-hour watch because we are watching you.
Wow. I love that, Zion. I love that we are watching not just with one eyeball, but with two, as a matter of fact. And so we are also watching you to watch your growth and your development. Would you consider staying with poetry or staying with pontifications or just keeping, speaking up? Speaking out?
Of course, you have to tell people what is the issues in Barbados.
What do you see to be some of the issues in Barbados?
Crime.
How does that concern you?
It concerns me because it's especially young people that's doing crime.
And you would like them to do what?
To think before you act.
Wow. Powerful. Think before you act. And I could think to act. And I did it before I acted. But you're saying what?
I'm saying that you have to ask yourself, is this actually the right thing to do?
I like you. I like you. Well done. You represented your school and yourself well. Did you have your parents in the crowd as well in the audience?
Yes, please.
And
my friends from church and my other friends.
So you had strong support. Did you hear them or see them while you were on stage?
Yes, please. I especially hear my sister.
Your sister? Your sister's older or younger?
Older.
And what did she say? What did you hear her say?
Clock it.
She does that to you often?
No, that's the first time.
That's the first time you've ever heard her say that? And what does that mean?
That means like, yeah, you actually did something good. It's real awesome and beautiful and cute.
Wow. I love it. Thank you so much, Zion. Congratulations. And this is your trophy, right?
Yes, please.
Where are you going to put this?
In my house. Especially.
In your bedroom, you said?
No, my house.
But in your bedroom?
No.
Okay.
In the front.
Did you take it to school?
Yes, please.
And talk to me about when you went back to school with your trophy. What was the celebration like?
It was very fun. It was actually, it went to my heart, like, they actually care about me.
They do care. We all, Barbados, care about you. And so we want to see you grow into being the best you possibly are. But you need to stay focused, listen, because our eyes are also on you. And I say listen like this because we hear with our eyes as well. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good girl. Kaya, Good morning to you. You are a prefect at St. Mark's Primary School, and so you left St. Philip and you came down. And you came down with a mission because you knew you had to win, right?
Yes.
What did you talk about?
I thought about illegal dumping, that how it's a crime, that it's dirty in Barbados.
Do you see that around a lot? Illegal dumping?
Yes, please.
How about you?
Yes, please.
And what do you do about that? Do you tell anyone about it?
At times I will go sometimes when it's on weekends, I will get some gloves from my auntie and go and pick up some.
That's very good. Do you get people, your friends, your age, to come join you on that mission of cleaning up?
I will ask, but they just want to go and play Roblox.
I keep hearing about this Roblox. I don't. Well, anyhow, that's all they want to play. But you see life to be a whole lot more serious than that. We have to pay attention to illegal littering and dumping. And so it bothers you that too many of us adults, we do that.
Yes.
But children do too, you know that?
For sure.
So when you see a child at school as a prefect who is just dropping things all over the place, what do you do?
I will go to them. I will say, can you please take that up and put it in the garbage? And then if they refuse, I won't go and hit them. I will go and tell their teacher.
Yes. Yes, that's the way you do it. Report it to the adult and let the adult handle it. But you've already dispensed of your responsibility. You've asked them to pick it up, and then you've followed through by saying, this one needs some discipline, so to speak. And you've done well. What does it mean to you to be a prefect? You're excited about that job?
I am at times, but when my class misbehaves, when the teacher goes to the printer, it is chaos.
Actually understand?
Yeah, it's like that, but that's young people. I mean, once the adult's back is turned, that's the time we play, so to speak. But you're saying that's total chaos, so you're asking the children to be a lot more attentive in school and obedient, right?
And if the teacher doesn't say anything, I will say, you could either take out your book or put your head down.
Lovely, lovely. So last Saturday, you went to the Frank Collymore Hall because you had a competition to be a part of. What your speech was about illegal dumping. Did you have to act it out, or were you just in your school uniform making your speech?
Act it out.
You acted it out?
Yes.
You were in costume?
Yes, please.
You were dressed in garbage? To see this. Lovely. And so before we go any further, let's look at Kaya Barrow's presentation on Saturday last.
I made good friends while you looked away. My friends, the flies, loved my decay. And I let them stay and stray and play. Cause you got to know I beg both here. And while you left me and passed along, I created an army and made it strong. I decided on revenge and leptospirosis. And I just didn't care, cause you got to deal with this. Mosquitoes and rats, I gave them a home with all the freedom they needed to roam. And all the containers you left in my path collected water and I unleashed my wrath. Ha ha ha! It's me you created.
Wow! Well done. You are powerful. Theater is something you like to do. I could tell. I can tell. And so you brought your trophy as well. Which one is yours? There's so many on the table. This is yours. And when you took it to school, talk to me what happened.
When I took it to school, I shared some prizes to the teachers that really supported me.
Wow. How many were they?
I think about 5.
The 5 teachers.
Some gave us a car to transport to meetings, and some were backstage with me. And my teachers and my principal supported me.
You had a team. Well done. So proud of you as well. Keep it up, Kaya.
Thank you.
Then there's this young man here, Trishad. Trishad Whitehall is with the Darrell Jordan School. You won the speech competition, Trishad.
Yes.
And I bet you brought more than one piece of things here to the table.
Yes.
So what did you bring?
I brought my plaque. I brought my trophy and my winning trophy.
Wow. Your participation trophy,
yes,
your plaque, and your other winning trophy.
Yes, sir.
Speaking, is this something that you naturally do at school, tackle topics and the like?
Yes, I do. Well, I am accustomed being on stage. I am accustomed speaking in crowds. So it wasn't nothing new or nervous for me.
Okay. So you're accustomed speaking in crowds. Where? At church?
At church, at school, in public, and that's it.
What did you have to say that caused you to win the competition?
Well, my topic was the power of uniform. Where the students, how they wear it, how they carry themselves with it or in it.
And what was the message you want us all to take away from it?
To wear it with pride, wear it with confidence, and wear it with purpose.
These young people are amazing, well done. And so being able to translate and transfer a message is not as easy as simply reading from a piece of paper.
No, it's not.
You have to believe it. It has to come from you. And so talk to me about your preparation for the speech competition so that you know that you are believable and you hit the points.
Okay, my preparation, I'm going to be honest with you. At first, I did not want it to be a competition. But then my teachers there told me that I'm going to be good for the competition. I'm going to win. And this competition suits me. My preparation, it was rough at times, but then I got the hang of it.
Boy, and look, you're a winner.
Yes.
And so let's show the folks what young man Trishad had to tell us about wearing the uniforms.
So today and every day after this, wear that uniform with confidence, wear it with purpose, wear it with power, because our uniforms are not just simple pieces of cloth. They carry a message that we are united, that we are focused, that we are ready, and that we know the power of the uniform. Thank you.
Thank you. That's a powerful, powerful speech indeed. Well done, well delivered. I love it.
Thank you.
So proud of you as well. And so, Kiana, we come to you now. You entered the poetry competition.
Yes,
Do you write poetry?
No.
Do you like to read poetry? Are you a dramatic woman? So why did you enter the poetry segment?
Well, the idea came from my teachers because I had done a lot for the school, so they felt like I fit the competition, and they came up to me with the idea, and I said, yes, I will do it.
Wow. And so what was your poem?
My poem was about climate change.
What is a big subject? That's a big subject. So who wrote it?
I wrote it.
Well done. How many verses?
5.
5 verses. And so you had to memorize all this, or did you read it?
I had to memorize it.
I mean, you wrote it after all. So therefore you have a voice and you spoke up on climate change because climate change bothers you.
Yeah, it really does.
What's your concern about climate change?
My concern about climate change is that our weather is changing and that no one in Barbados or around the world seems to care about this big issue in Barbados. And I felt like I needed to showcase that if we all come together, instead of fighting, instead of the hating, instead of the crime, we could really make a difference, because without Earth, there's no one, there's no us.
There's nowhere to live.
Exactly.
I want to see what you did. I want to see what you did. We all do. So let's take a look together at the speech, the poem given by Kiana Paris.
And I, the island, rise and stand to fight once more. Defend me land, though I small, my voice is clear. Mighty words the world must hear. Plant more trees, waste less, stand tall. No action too tiny, no change too small. Cut down plastic, ride the bus. Future bright depends on us. I am Barbados, gem in the sea. Small but mighty, climate change, you can't win nothing with me.
Well done, and you wrote that. You need to keep writing. Don't stop writing, okay? Do not stop writing. Speak up, speak out, and share your point of view through poetry. If that's your passion, just keep doing it, okay? And so, Gloria, wow. Naturally, I can see why they were
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
The judges had a task on their hands.
I said I would not want to be a judge. They had a rough time.
Yes,
but I think they called it right. The judges, they were on point. They definitely were on point.
And so the challenge now for you is the next competition next year, indeed. And so I know you have to huddle your team and let's figure out how we're going to approach this next year because it's growing.
Yes.
So you're now begin to outgrow the space for at Cullimore Hall.
Yes.
And it's a national competition. And so I know that your partners are very, very pleased with this as well.
Definitely. And I would want to say kudos to our sponsors. We call them partners. And we had our goal partners, Starcom Network Inc., Sandy Lane Charitable Trust, Student Revolving Loan Fund. We had silver sponsors, BTMI, Virgin Atlantic, Sol Barbados Limited, Uni Comer Barbados, DC Office People Inc., ICBL, our community partners, CBC Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation, Grenada Tourism Authority, Jordan Supermarket, Republic Bank, Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union, Amara Empowerment Network, CIBC, DE Computers Unlimited, Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment, Blue Iron Media, Signia Globe Financial Group Inc., Bubble Sports Bar, Butterfly Beach Hotel, Barbados Postal Service, UBK Confectionery and Snacks, and Wibisco. 26 sponsors came on board, and I'm sure they will grow as we move from year to year and from strength to strength.
I'm certain, but I see them as 26 organizations who have invested
definitely
in the development of our nation's children.
Yes.
And they're putting their money into something positive.
Excellent.
If you want to see the change that she talked about, Kiana talked about, then we have as adults to invest. And so people came out in number because we want to invest in you. We believe in you, young people. We are excited for what flows from your minds and your hearts and your expressions. And so I'm sure that next year we will see, as I said, the bigger crowd. You might have to take it to an open air space.
Definitely.
Maybe the large tent at the UWI.
Definitely. And we probably need 2 more trips this year. We were really grateful for the 2 of you will be traveling.
Oh, really?
One to Grenada and one to St. Lucia. And we also have 2 staycations. I wish I could join them.
Yes.
Yes, so it's getting bigger and better.
Destinations,
Definitely.
Grenada and St. Lucia. Y'all are so fortunate. And you're going where?
Grenada.
You're going to Grenada?
Yes.
Dickon, who's the Prime Minister of Grenada?
I don't know.
Dickon Mitchell. He's a young man. And so when you get to Grenada, ask to see if you can meet with him. Okay? Yes. I will tell you. Grenada is a spice isle. The Spice Isle is rich in vegetation. There's Grand Etang. If you take some time to drive into the Grand Etang, there's a big lake up there, but it gets very rainy up there because it's very high and it gets very misty. Don't get scared. And so you'll enjoy all of that in Grenada. Who's going to St. Lucia? Me. You're going to St. Lucia? I'm going to St. Lucia shortly too.
Wow.
Have you booked it yet where you're staying?
Not yet.
Maybe I could make a recommendation. We could talk off here about that. That's what you can say. But there's Gros Islet. I'm sure you've heard of Gros Islet, the street night, like an oisins kind of a thing at night on a Friday and the weekends. There's that as well. But the Castries itself is replete with history and life. There's the market in Castries that you must visit. Go into the market. I love going into the market in Castries because the market experience is different from our market experience. Trust me, it's like a mini mall. And so you go inside, you have a really good time. You're going to love it there as well. And you went away?
Butterfly.
Oh, you have a staycation?
Yes,
okay.
they both have staycations.
And you too as well?
Yes,
please.
You're staying home.
That's so beautiful.
Because you have school.
But I don't want us to leave without saying thank you to the Ministry of Educational Transformation and the production team. We were working from March all the way down. That's 9 whole months. That's a gestation period.
Indeed.
And we gave birth to this beautiful, phenomenal competition this year. And look what we've given birth to.
See?
Students.
Miss Hayes is poetic too.
So it's beautiful.
Gestational birth. She linked it well. And so to each of you, I say well done. Happy Independence Day to you. I know you're heading off to the Kensington Oval because you'll be pinned with your leadership badge. Congratulations. And maybe next time to you, Kaya, you'll be rising to be the head girl.
I am positive about that.
Wow.
You're affirmative about that?
Yes, please.
All right. I love your trajectory, so you're looking forward to that. Trisha, this is your final year at school?
No.
So you can be the head boy next time around, right?
Yes, please.
Good man.
Definitely.
I can see that in you as well. Your stars are ascending, your man.
Thank you, sir.
And Kiana, what about you?
This is my last year.
This is your last year. What are you hoping to do when you're done?
I'm hoping to further this opportunity into something much bigger. Wow. Maybe I could make my own books and stuff.
Girl, I'm with you. And we do books next chapter here on Morning Barbados. So when you finish your writing, come back to us. We'll help you with it, okay?
And I know you want to wrap up, but I also want to say kudos to the students who registered for events management. We had two core MCs, students who work backstage, those who ushered, those who work with production in terms of videography and photography. So there were some students who also registered
all-round
for that.
developmental.
So it's an all-round developmental process.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Our folks on social media are talking about you. They're wishing you well. Don't get scared. They're not making any bad comments. We don't do that here. So well done to each of you indeed. There's Zion Bend, Kaya Barrow, Trishad Whitehall, Kiana Paris, and Gloria Haynes, who are phenomenal in many, many ways. Happy Independence to all of you. I hope you enjoy your weekend and continue to being outstanding Barbadians. We love you for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Morning Barbados is back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Independence Day has always been my favorite holiday. I think that it is a time when Barbadians reflect on how we feel about our country. We always think back and go back to the things that we feel have made us who we are. This is a time when we've also developed the tradition of honoring young leaders by pinning leadership badges on our young people to make them aware that leadership doesn't just start when you become an adult, but that leadership is how you exercise influence and share your values wherever you are. And that's one of the things that I look forward most about Independence Day Parade. I am thrilled to be able to also attend the swearing in of the Most Honorable Jeffrey Bostic as the new President of Barbados. On the topic of leadership, Jeffrey as an exemplar is perhaps unmatched, and Jeffrey has always represented to me the kind of quiet leadership, the kind of strong example of how leadership is not just about who makes the most noise or the loudest argument, but who's able to inspire quietly, who's able to look around and identify the kind of people and values that will strengthen the mission. Jeffrey was my neighbor in the city of Bridgetown as MP. We shared a border. We also shared, in many ways, a common upbringing. He came from town, I came from just up the road in a village in Haggett Hall. There are many things that we had in common, but in particular, during his leadership of COVID, we talked a lot about what are the kinds of conversations that Barbadians would most value in a crisis. And it was then that I realized that Jeffrey was the perfect person, is the perfect person to be able to serve as President of Barbados, to be able to give young people something to aspire to help them to understand that you can come from anywhere in the country, you can have any background and any aspirations and be able to serve at the highest level. There are things that I expect from Jeffrey Bostic as President. I expect to be able to see that the office of President and State House open up for Barbadians to be able to understand and share things like mentorship, community, and I think that we're going to see.
Good morning to you.
The Morning Barbados News is brought to you by Jordan Supermarkets Spend and Eat 2025 competition.
Let's look at the news now. Crop thieves are now arming themselves with guns, becoming an even bigger threat to farmers. This concern is being raised by Acting Deputy Chief Agricultural Officer Barney Callender. He says predial larceny is taking a toll, and he's calling on Barbadians to work together to eliminate this issue, which is creating a headache for those members of the critical sector. He was addressing the launch of AgroFest 26 at the Anhill School.
We cannot allow farmers to suffer because of this. The guy spoke to me and he said that the thieves are now moving with guns. They are protecting themselves from the farmer. Imagine that. So we have to, as a group, as a ministry, make sure that we protect our industry. It's an attack on food security because it's discouraged persons from farming. We don't want to have that going on before us. We must encourage the farmers to get involved in farming.
Well, AgroFest next year will happen between February 27th and March the 1st at Queen's Park. And Chief Executive Officer of the BAS, James Paul, is thanking the Ministry of Educational Transformation for removing midterm break from February, allowing for greater student participation.
Tremendous amount of interest already coming from the schools saying, how can we participate? And I think that is something I want to thank the Ministry of Education for at least thinking of us this year, next year, but this year for next year. So I want those exhibitors who have shied away because of the fact that we don't have the schools on Friday. You do not need to shy away anymore. Please come, bring your exhibits, okay? And because at the same time, our schools are back with us.
One trade union is sending a stern warning to employers. They cannot continue to treat workers with scant respect and leave lingering matters unresolved. This was part of the message sent by the Barbados Workers Union to Goddard's Catering Group and others as workers at that company staged a work stoppage at the airport yesterday. Among the complaints, a raise of pay. Rachel Agard reports.
Which enabled us then to advance the discussion with the workers towards resuming operations today. However, I would say that the matter is not concluded. We are at a better stage which has enabled work to resume.
Mr. Paul says within the confines of the Grantley Adams International Airport, there are a number of issues brewing within the many divisions. And he warns that today's action may not be the last if there are not timely resolutions to other lingering matters.
We continue to say that we mistreat and we do not pay enough attention to issues surrounding workers until we believe we need them. Today is supposed to be a busy day at the airport, and that day, the work today will be carried on the backs of many workers today. F is to be successful, and F is supposed to bring the results it's supposed to generate to the country. However, the mechanisms that deal with workers' issues and to treat to them timely and effectively seem to take workers sometimes, in my view, for a joke. But I'm signaling to all and sundry that we are no longer laughing and we are no longer participating in the joke. The matters have to be addressed, the matters have to be resolved.
Mr. Paul adds that if the country is to have a winter season that sees the full cooperation of labor, then all matters must be addressed.
Otherwise than that, you can see more of this and probably increase of this because we are not opposed to asking workers that are here to support one another, because everybody knows that these workers that exist now, but they're not prepared to be a one-day joke.
Mr. Paul says the lingering matters have been under discussion for the last 2 years. He is hopeful that by next Tuesday they will reach a resolution. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
Well, Barbadians got a chance to help shape the future of government services. GovTech Barbados Limited hosted a town hall meeting, opening direct dialogue on how technology will transform how we access public services. Deanza Roberts has that report.
From passports to public records, the way Barbadians interact with government is changing. And this week, citizens packed the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Centre to have their say in that transformation. GovTech Barbados Limited, hosting its first ever public town hall, created a platform for open discussion on the future of digital government. Chief Executive Officer Mark Boy says they want to ensure that anyone using one platform can access all government services.
The long-term vision is for alpha.gov.bb, which will eventually become the new gov.bb, to be the single entry point for services in Barbados. So you don't want a situation where the people of Barbados have to know which government department is responsible for the thing they want to do. It's not your responsibility to know that. You shouldn't have to know where to go to get your thing done. You should just be able to go to gov.bb, and everything you want to get done should be able to get done from that one place.
Residents didn't just listen, they participated. Questions were raised, concern voiced, and suggestions offered. Officials say creating a single access point for government transactions is a way of improving the life of all citizens. Shannon Clark is the software developer.
We ourselves, we determine what technology we use, and we also determine how the technology should be built. So GovTech working for you means that we as developers and tech professionals, I say we, the colloquial we, means that we should be building not for the few but for the many. For those who may be differently abled, those who may be differently enfranchised, those who may be able to represent themselves.
By night's end, the message was, digital transformation is no longer a distant goal. It's actively unfolding with citizens at the center. GovTech says this town hall is just the beginning, with more community engagements planned across the island. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Well, all is set for this year's Independence Day parade at Kensington Oval. Grand rehearsals took place for the parade, where Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Bostic will receive his first presidential 21-gun salute when he ascends the saluting dais. This will come after President Her Excellency Dame Sandra Mason takes her final salute as the president. Minister of Information and Home Affairs Wilfred Abrams says he's pleased with the successful rehearsals.
Barbadians are accustomed to our parade. We're celebrating our 59th year as an independent nation, and we're also celebrating our 4th year as a republic. But this year is the added excitement that we're installing the second president of Barbados, the most honorable Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Bostic. We all know him. We all know him from taking us through COVID. His mantra, no retreat, no surrender, became a rallying call and symbolized our resilience as a country. Colonel Bostic grew up not far from here. He went to school in the city, he then went to Commer, he then represented the city as an MP, and he's being installed to the highest office in the land just where he grew up. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it.
Minister Abrams says he expects Barbadians to attend the parade to witness this historic occasion.
I expect people out in the numbers to support him. He is one of the most popular public figures we've ever had, and our parade is going to reflect that. The parade is going to reflect the solemnity of the occasion, the joyousness of the occasion. It's also going to reflect the fact that we're going into Advent season, which is the beginning of the liturgical year for Christians. So this is the promise of a fresh hope, the promise of a new beginning. This embodies everything we look forward to. I'm satisfied with the way the rehearsals are going, and I look forward to seeing the parade unfold in all of its glory. Don't miss it.
We're told the gates to Kensington Oval will begin open at 6 o'clock, with the parade starting at 8 o'clock. Barbados elite squash players Kamal Cumberbatch and Megan Best lived up to their top seeding and a pre-tournament hype, securing the individual men's and women's title at the ENET Senior Caribbean Squash Championships at the National Racquet Centre in Guyana. Cumberbatch, who is the defending champion, secured his third consecutive men's individual title in his fourth final appearance. He overcame a spirited challenge from Bermuda's veteran campaigner, Micah Franklin, winning in 4 tough sets, 11-5, 7-11, 11-4, and 11-4. He spoke to Newsroom Guyana after his win.
It was an amazing final. Micah pushed me to the match, right? I'm super thrilled that both me and Megan were able to take this back to Barbados.
Yeah, probably the first guy to take a set off you in this competition. When it happened, and if you have any nerves or you're thinking probably it's a 5-set thriller, how did you manage to bounce back?
I mean, I played a lot of squash matches, right? When they take a game, obviously the momentum switches a little bit. So, I mean, obviously it takes you back, but just go back to the basics, start from level all again.
Yeah. What does this mean to you to get another title, the third consecutive, and certainly in quite dominant fashion as well?
I mean, it means everything, right? Winning 2, as I said last year, was something I couldn't dream of, honestly. Now winning 3, now it takes it into a whole nother level. So, I mean, hopefully I can keep going. I'm young, so I think there are more years to come.
Well, the women's final was an all-Barbadian affair that proved to be a high-quality, swinging battle between Best and the 2024 champion Margaret Pearl. Best one, 11-9, 11-8, 5-11, and 5-11 to beat her third individual, to have her third individual title and first since 2017.
Obviously, it hasn't processed as yet. Still trying to soak it in. I don't know. I think for right now, I'm just happy to be playing in front of everyone back again. You know, I haven't, as I said, haven't been back for a lot of years. I think it's 5 years. So
Right.
I'm just happy to be back playing against my home crowd, my people. You know, everyone here is my home to me. So happy that I came out on top. I'm sorry I had to be my teammate that lost, but you know, I'm happy as me that won. Yeah.
People see the journey, people see the medal, people see the smiles. If you could just briefly tell them how hard you had to work to get to this point.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of downs and very few ups. I didn't have an easy road, just as a lot of people would say in their career. You know, I always had to face difficulties just going through trying to figure out my game, a lot of losses I had, and, you know, just always searching for that one win. So as I said, I'm always happy to just get the wins that I get and know that, you know, I can keep going, keep doing the training I'm doing, and the things that I'm doing right now are working.
That's news. More news at noon. Morning Barbados comes back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The Morning Barbados News is brought to you by Jordan Supermarkets Spend and Eat 2025 competition.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
This independence, which is our 59th independence, I'm extremely proud of the Most Honorable Jeffrey Bostic and his accomplishment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
15 and a half after 7 o'clock, it's Independence Day weekend. There's an extended weekend, and so we want you to really immerse yourself in all things Bajan, part of which is storytelling. And you know, sometimes we think storytelling are lies. Not all stories told were lies. There are lots of truths that are being uncovered in the Standpipe Stories series. And so we're joined by the man who really leads the charge where this is concerned, Dr. Henderson Carter. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Pearson.
Good to have you. We thought we should have you today because we love to titillate ourselves with stories about our past so we
Yes.
understand who we are today and the things that are around us. So give me some stories.
So we start with a story at Highland Plantation in 1858.
What happened?
And a superintendent by the name of Irenaeus Harper, born in 1821, he is overseeing these workers weeding the grass at Highland. And he realizes that a worker is just about to chop down this grass that is growing. And he cautions her, wait. He rubs his finger along the edge of the leaf and realizes that the leaf is sharp. And he says he confirms that this is the sugar cane.
Really?
Now, prior to that, everybody knew that the sugar cane was grown from cuttings.
Exactly.
So you cut the canes in pieces with the eye, as we would say, lay them down, and that eye would spring.
Correct.
So everybody knew that. From the 1630s right up to 1858, that is how cane was grown in Barbados. So Irenaeus Harper went to his boss, a man called J.W. Paris, and said to him that he has a cane plant. Now Paris agreed that yes, this is a cane plant. And that information was fed to Samuel Jackman Prescott of the Liberal newspaper. And Samuel Jackman Prescott ran stories on it. But 30 years passed. Nothing happened until that man on the $2 bill.
Yes.
Mr.
Samuel Jackman Prescott.
No.
Oh, who?
The man on the $2 bill.
Isn't it him?
The man on the $2
Hold
bill.
on, man. The man on who's the man on the $2 bill?
The man on the $2
Hold on.
bill.
I hope I have a $2 bill. Let me see. Who's on the $2 bill? Who's the man on? Who's this man? I don't see his name. So who's the man on the $2 bill?
Bavell. John Redmond
Yes.
Bavell.
Yes.
John Redmond Bavell, whose grave is at St. Philip's Parish Church. Yes. He decided that he would experiment. He would experiment with those cane ceilings. But you know where the cane ceilings are? You know where the C's of the cane are?
Tell me.
In the arrows.
Oh.
So every year around November, we see those arrows coming up.
And we know there's Christmas coming.
Yes. Those are the cane seeds.
Oh.
So what happened is those seeds dropped, germinated, grew, and that was what Irenaeus Harper saw when he was at Highland.
That little 27-year-old man.
Yes.
Who was just supervising.
And that was a major discovery in Barbados. Because Barbados was able now to become the center for cane breeding in the Caribbean and indeed the world. So that the cane breeding station is still located at Groves.
Yes.
And guess what they've done? In 2022, in collaboration with the West Indies Rum Distilleries Limited, they've created a sugar mill, a small sugar mill at Groves, and guess what they called it? The Irenaeus Harper Sugar Mill.
Now we understand the name.
In honor of Irenaeus Harper.
Now we understand the name. What a young man.
Yes.
And he was a young man who, but just by his own two eyes, saw what was different.
Yes.
And caused the research.
Yes.
Barbados led in that charge indeed. And so I'm sure I put this back in my pocket,
Yes.
just in case.
John Redmond Bavell. He did the experiments.
Yeah.
And that's why he's there on a $2 bill. Because Barbados is really the center for cane breeding. If you were to go up there now, you'll see little seedlings, you'll see experimental canes, and they tested hundreds of varieties. Varieties that are resistant to disease and pests, varieties that yield more. That is what is happening at the cane breeding station. And we export those varieties as well. So Barbados is not only the home of rum, but the home of sugar and agriculture. And that's my first story.
That's one story. All right, second story.
Now,
I feel like a child.
This one is set in the year 1914.
Wartime.
Outside Glenderry Prison. And it is 5:30 in the afternoon. And a young lady travels all the way from Cherry Grove in St. John. Her name is Maud Belgrave. She comes from Cherry Grove and she gets behind the prison wall at Glenderry.
Around 5:30.
5:30. And it's getting dark. And she's pacing up and down. Now, in the prison are German POWs.
Prisoners of war.
Yes. Now, this is during the war, and a lot of Germans were arrested by the British and placed in Glenderry.
Whoa.
As prisoners of war. And this lady is pacing up and down, and she's being monitored by a corporal called Corporal Seeley. And he has his rifle and bayonet. But this lady is pacing up and down. And the prisoners are seeing her as well. And there's a prisoner who's blowing kisses over the wall.
Oh, yes.
And this lady is just about to throw something over the wall when she's stopped by Corporal Seeley, who ordered her not to throw or he would shoot. You know what that thing was? It was a matchbox. Inside the matchbox was a love letter.
Sweet.
Yes, a love letter.
Maud.
And she had a weight, a little rock in the matchbox so that it would go over. And that was a love letter to a man called Frank, a German man called Frank in Glenderry prison. Of course, she was arrested and made to pay £20 for entertaining that notion to throw her love letter over the wall.
Wow.
So that's one German story. There's another one.
Maud Belgrave, note the name here from St. John, Cherry Grove, St. John.
Another one. The year is 1915.
A year later.
April 30th. Still in Glenderry. The prisoners are still there. As a matter of fact, more prisoners are being arrested and placed in Glenderry. And the prisoners somehow, we don't know how, decided that they would take down the British flag from Glenderry and replace it with the German flag. Could you imagine that? These prisoners of war take down the British flag. So for several minutes, the German flag is flying on Glenderry.
Wow.
In a British colony here in Barbados. The Mirror, the Mirror of Trinidad newspaper said that Barbados, and I quote, has disgraced itself to allow that German flag to fly. Now, when the superintendent was made aware of the flag, German flag being flown, they tore it down. Not took it down, they tore it down, burnt it. Because here's Germany against Britain, and these guys have the audacity, the effrontery, to put that flag up there. So Barbados reached the head news, the headlines, for allowing the German flag to be flown on Glenderry.
So many stories over there.
But there's another one.
What happened?
This one is 1918.
Okay, a few years later.
Yes. The war is almost at an end. March 4th, 1918. And a ship, a U.S. ship, comes into Barbados, stopping for coal, and leaves Barbados March 4th, 1918, on its way to Baltimore, United States. That ship never reached Baltimore. No one heard anything from that ship. Over 300 people lost their lives. And the United States Navy is still looking for it.
To this day.
Just disappeared.
Yeah. Wow.
And I came across this a couple of years ago, Pearson, while watching a movie on the Bermuda Triangle.
Right, I was just going to come to that.
Yes. And I went to investigate it. Went to the archives, and there it is, all the records that the British and the Americans unearthed to find out what happened to the ship.
Yeah.
I know who to blame.
Us. Not us?
The Germans.
The Germans again?
They blame the Germans because they felt that the Germans were operating in Barbados, were operating in the Atlantic, and they did something.
To cause
but nobody could find a trace of that shit. Nobody.
Wow.
And these
still a
are
mystery.
some, yeah.
Still a mystery.
But one more.
Listen,
one more before we go.
You get me in trouble here.
One more before we go. The Germans who were imprisoned in Barbados also sought to escape by digging a tunnel under Glenderry, out through the gully. How it's a hard escape.
Yeah.
Digging a tunnel to escape that. And we're going to be telling these stories tonight.
Where?
At Terracott.
Tonight at Terracott.
And tomorrow at the UWI bus store.
Okay. Tonight, Terracott, what time?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
And the bus store tomorrow?
9:30.
9:30. And the bus store leaves?
9:30.
Where?
At UWI.
UWI.
Yes.
All right. Stories to be told. I love it. I absolutely love it. Now we know. Thank you so much, Dr. Henderson.
You are welcome.
You are replete with information, my friend. Keep it up, indeed.
Thank you.
We'll continue to tell more stories, hopefully reminding us of who we are, rooted in our history, indeed. And so the standpipe stories will roll on tonight and tomorrow. Terracott tonight at the UWI. The bus store starts right there, early o'clock tomorrow morning. Be there. Thank you so much again. Happy Independence.
Happy Independence.
Morning Barbados is back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Wherever you go in this world, people say Barbadians are proud. Well, there's no better time or place to be proud than Independence Day at Kensington Oval. This is a time when we get to celebrate who we are as a proud people. And listen, this one is even more special than any in the past. This is when one fabulous Barbadian passes the torch over to another. I'm talking about from one president to the second president being installed. And who's that? None other than Colonel Bostic, the gentleman who took us through COVID with those famous words, no retreat and no surrender. I'm inviting all Barbadians, join us at Kensington Oval for this monumental occasion. I'll see you there.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
My fondest memories of Lieutenant Colonel, the Most Honorable Jeffrey Bostic, known to me before as Jeffrey, is really that mentorship leading up to my transition to public political life, and particularly our transition, the passing of the baton from one representative of this great city of Bridgetown to myself. And I want to say thanks to him, and I want to say a very special, personal congratulations. A son of the soil in Barbados and a son of the soil of the city of Bridgetown, no less a place than Chapman Lane. It brings immense pleasure to me and the citizens and residents of the city of Bridgetown, and of course Barbados, to welcome him as our next president of Barbados. So I'm looking out to see every Barbadian who can make it to Independence Day parade to celebrate this transition to our new president.
I have many memories of Jeffrey. I would have joined the Labour Party as a younger person. So my first interactions with Bostic was not as me being a parliamentarian, but as a young man. And I just remember receiving some advice in terms of politics, which perhaps one day I can share. I also share the boundary that I have constitutionally with Jeffrey. So we had the opportunity to talk many times about politics, about life, about canvassing. And what struck me most about Jeffrey was his humility, his dedication to the people, his desire to see the best life for people who were born in difficult socio-economic circumstances. And I think we bonded around those ideas. Why I think Jeffrey is a great man for the job, and this is probably the last time I get to call him Jeffrey, but why I think he's a great man for the job is because he was born in normal circumstances like most Barbadians. He was able, through the dint of hard work and integrity and using his dignity, to rise to a very high level in the army, and he therefore has led at that level. He understands duty, He understands service, but that humility has kept him throughout. I think he brings a level of professionalism to the role, and we've seen it in all his various capacities. The country remembers him during COVID and the work he would have done to keep Barbados steady. He was a very steady hand at a most difficult time in our history. And I think he brings that kind of leadership to the role as president. And I look forward to him bringing that same humility, that same leadership. You know, he guided us at a difficult time. I know he can lead us at a more difficult time because this is a very difficult time for the nation. So I look forward to him leading. I obviously want to take this opportunity as well to wish the outgoing president all the best. You know, she did very well for Barbados, and I expect no less from Colonel Bostic.
98. Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Or joining with the 16 days of activism against gender abuse violence continues as we turn our attention now to the ongoing great work being done by the Business and Professional Women's Club of Barbados. The president is with me, Marlene Hewitt. Marlene, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah,
it's too early.
It's time. That's all it is. It's just a passage of time. But here it is, you know, because the work that you do provide comfort and shelter for many of the women, but there are different needs that you meet.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk a little bit briefly about that.
We not only provide shelter, we have a hotline, and on that hotline we deal with lots of different things. We deal with relationship issues, sexual assault, rape, domestic violence, and we also deal with suicide because we had picked that up from the Samaritans when they went down. So we deal with that, and people call us for all sorts of things. Migrants call us. You get people calling us about drug abuse, whatever they think. Once they could remember the number, they will call, and we will try to guide them in the right area, as well as the areas that we deal with.
When we talk gender-based violence, we often think of the use of the physical, fists only, but there are other forms of violence.
Yeah, I think that when people talk about gender-based violence, they talk a lot about domestic violence, which is intimate partner violence or family-related violence, which could be nephew and uncle. But there's so many categories, so I'll just mention them. There's things like forced abortion and sterilization, and I'll come back to that. Stalking, rape and sexual assault, which includes marital rape, because you can charge your husbands. Forced marriages, and we do have that here. Sexual harassment, human trafficking. We don't have too much of the others. Femicide, honor killing, acid throwing, female genital mutilation, and the last one is the digital one, which is the theme for this year. So there are a lot of categories, and we need to talk more about these categories and what is happening. And I'm hoping that I can get some statistics for some of these categories as well. But this year, there was a case that I read in the newspaper on forced abortions. And it was unusual. The young lady, she found out that she was pregnant, and she told her partner, and he didn't want her to have the baby, but she wanted to have it. And he, unknown to her, got some substance and put it in her drink. And she started to feel ill and ended up at QEH. And they found out that it was a forced abortion. Well, he's now in DOTS. It was a case, and he was found guilty. And when I tell people that they are here, Barbados, yes, it happened this year.
Wow. And so sometimes we either get so focused on one type of violence that we don't realize that all else is happening.
There's a lot of things that are happening. There's such a thing as forced marriages, which is related to child brides. Now, we wouldn't have child brides because we have very strict legislation. But what some people do, they wait until as soon as that girl turned the age of consent and marry her off. And you find that in indigenous communities, very poor communities, and some ethnic groups, ethnic and religious groups. And that girl, when she gets married off, that's the end of her education. She probably get pregnant year after year after year. She has no say in that relationship. If it's marriage, she has no say. And that's the end of her life, really.
And that's the abuse we're talking about.
Yes.
Mental, physical,
all
other
types.
Emotional abuse.
Oh, yes.
Because she feels
types.
trapped.
She is trapped. She is trapped. Mm-hmm. She has no say.
So, solutions. Because, I mean, there must be solutions. I know that your club also offers solutions.
Solutions is one, I would say the main thing is addressing the whole issue of equality of women. I think if you address that and that whole power and control issue, you'll address all the others that come beneath them. And then you start addressing the others as well. All the gender-based issues, education, awareness, putting in things like the shelter, hotlines, groups that you can turn to that will give you psychological training, counseling, everything. You have to do, it has to be a wide ambit. It can't be just one thing.
There's a lot to fix.
There's a lot to fix there. But if we can fix that, start to fix that one thing, which I put under human rights. Everybody has rights as human beings and they all equal. If we could get that, then it'll start to filter down into the other areas.
Marital rape.
Yes.
And that's the bottom line, because no means no still, even in a marriage.
It took us a long time to change that legislation, years, maybe about 30 years to change that legislation, yes. And I think one of the things that assisted, I don't know, you probably would remember the Bobbitt case. I think that
we
changed.
Would remember, us men will remember.
But I think that changed a lot of people's idea that you can't rape your wife, and people realize yes you can, because when the case was called, at first everyone was on the gentleman's side, but then when they heard the neighbor and he talked about what the man was saying every time he got into his car about what he did to his wife, then everything went the other way. Yes, you can.
And so with the I know there's the Red Shoes project that talks
That's
to
the
this
EU,
as well.
yes.
I know, but
Yes.
what it represents, I think, is important. And I keep thinking, for me, it represents that women, women, y'all have to dress up and wear your shoes. But to leave your shoes, you have given up. And you've said, you know what, I'm really getting out of this.
Yes.
Because possessions no longer can hold me
But
back.
so many women don't leave. It takes a long time for them to leave the situation. And there's a lot of reasons. It could be that they have nowhere to go. The family is not for them leaving. The family is saying go back to your spouse. It could be the church. Maybe they've come from another country and they have no one here to support them. There are lots of reasons why they don't leave.
And so the Barbados, the Business and Professional Women's Club, I know you offer shelter.
Yes, we have a
offer the
shelter for abused
hotline.
women. We have
You
a
do all
hotline.
those kinds of things.
Yes, we do.
So you're saying to women today, don't suffer in silence.
Don't suffer in silence. Pick up the phone, call the hotline.
What's the hotline number?
435-8222. But if you can't remember that, and you can remember any woman in any organization, call them or call the police service. Yeah. They will contact us. And sometimes if they go to the hospital also contact us. And we take it from there.
And that's good to know.
Yes.
I know that you're going soon on radio to reveal some information.
Yes, we'll be revealing some information from the Barbados Police Service on Tuesday at, I think, Peter Wickham's show.
Starts at 9.
Yes, start at 9, and I'll be there at 9, and I'll be able to tell you a lot more on Tuesday.
Yeah, what the reality is based on the information
and to say that things are getting a little bit better than we think.
Okay, well, that's good news.
That's good news.
But you have to listen on Tuesday morning to
On Tuesday.
Q100.7 FM when Peter is on for Let's Talk About It at 9, and hear more from Marlene Hewitt on this troubling trend and what are the trends that police are reporting and the good news as Marlene sees from the trends as well. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. And we will also be bringing some interviews from our ex-clients.
Right.
We're hoping to start that shortly.
Good.
Yes.
So Marlene Hewitt is the president of the Business and Professional Women's Club of Barbados, and again, they're offering solutions, not just shining the spotlight on, they're also offering solutions, so reach out. Mornin Barbados is back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Barbados can expect a hive of activity as well as to be part of a historic moment where we install the second president of Barbados. I myself, I'm excited because I worked with Colonel Bostic for over 40 years. I was a product of Bridgetown. I lived in his constituency for over 25 years before I moved to my current address. And I also worked with him in the Barbados Defense Force for over 30 years, with him being my commanding officer before he retired from the Barbados Defense Force. One of my fondest memories with Colonel Bostic was over 40 years ago when I was a cadet. Myself and a few cadets, we came into the possession of a can of corned beef by the name of Exeter corned beef. And when Colonel Bostic caught us, we were so scared that one of the members of the group referred to the corned beef as excellent corned beef as opposed to Exeter, because we were that scared. That's one of my fondest moments of Colonel Bostic, which was over 40 years ago when I was a member of the Barbados Cadet Corps.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
15 to 8 o'clock, this heading into Independence Weekend indeed. And so, St. Michael, we continue to gather. There's a lot going on. So let's give you some options as to how you can spend this Independence Day weekend. It is starting today. And so with me, as always, is Kelvin Carvalho, who leads the organizing committee. He's brought along again with him Astra. Good morning, Astra. And across from me is Bromel. My boy Bromel.
Yes, man.
I'm not going to call him the other word.
No.
But Bromel today. We work with that one today.
No
so
problem.
what's happening now, Calvin?
Well, this weekend is a packed weekend for St. Michael. St. Michael is definitely coming alive for the last, because, you know, we are wrapping up. And we have, let me look at this. We have the Caribbean Calabash Festival in the Ivy. And this is an explosion of Caribbean culture. Saturday the 29th at Bleming Pass to the Ivy, starting at 10 to 10. They'd have a kids zone.
It's a 10 to 10?
10 to 10, yeah. You remember, you remember the jams?
Yeah.
You're right, 10 to 10. Right, and the entertainment by the Israel Foundation, but you would see the countries represented would be Jamaica, Ghana, Cuba, and of course Barbados. Entertainment by the Israel Foundation, St. Giles, the Barbados Landship Association, Speedy, Bruce the Almighty, and we have lots of entertainment happening. And this will be happening in the Ivy on Bleming Pass. So you have to come out, the community, family, fun. I mean, bring your friends and everything, come out.
It's a full Caribbean
calabash. Yeah, this is a full Caribbean calabash.
Yes.
And it's not just a calabash, but it's a festival of the Caribbean.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Because they have a diverse community of persons living in the Ivy, right?
Okay.
Different nationalities. But then we go to Freehill, the Block of Ram in Freehill. I remember when I went to the street fair in Freehill, right? Many years ago, like yesterday, sorry. Right? and that's also on Saturday the 29th, and it starts at 2 till 9 p.m. So enjoy karaoke and kids zone and so on there. Kids site from down there, and Mr. Dale will be there, the Mighty Grind, and so make sure those of you in Black Rock, that is your push of, you know, come out and support. And then we go to Rihanna Drive, where Empty Bottles Bars.
Yes.
Right? We go down there and there's a karaoke, right? Karaoke battle of the shops happening down there. The best in the West, St. Michael, right? West Heritage Community Street Fair happening, and that's from 10 till 9 p.m. So you see, St. Michael is lit right up. And then we have also the Bajan Bright Sparks, right? A children's marquee by the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mayor Amor Montley. And it's free, so come out. And for this event, where is learning meets adventure at the National Botanical Gardens It starts at 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. Learn about all things Barbadian from who? The Honorable Mia Amor Montley. Get tips for better confidence, staying calm, dental care, building positive friendships as a young adult, all-day excitement, and learn tie-dye.
A lot. You can learn a lot.
Yeah.
When is it? Where is it?
This is the 29th at the Botanical Garden.
Tomorrow, Botanical Garden.
Yes, please.
For young people and children.
Young people and children.
What time?
And, yeah, and it's being led by the PM.
Yeah, what time?
Right, and we go from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m.
I got you. Bromley coming to you, my brother. You got some action going on in your community.
Yeah, standard. We can start this afternoon, right over here, Parkinson Secondary School. We'll be honoring the double M, Malcolm Marshall. Yeah. So it'll be a rededication. We had a bus there with him, a short start shoot with him years ago. So we took it off, we take it, we got to clean it up. So we can re-unveil it today with our minister, Parliament Representative, Deputy Prime Minister, Santia Bradshaw. So we're asking CBC as well to join us.
We'll be there.
Yeah, because you're a member of St. Michael Southeast. Yeah. So after the speech there, we'll gather the students and some of the former West Indies and Barbados cricketers to join us as well, to pay some tribute to Malcolm Marshall as well.
This is 12:30 today.
This is 12:30. And then lunchtime. Then in the afternoon, or a little later now in the evening, we will have the Spirits at Michael Southeast. We have a concert. It's kick off at 5 with the DJ, and we have over like 60 different artists that are going to perform. So activity from right down to like 10:30. You know, you have Larry Allison, Hines, Lake Python Saddis, you know, Sean Spencer, Aaron, LRG, Melissa. We got a number of artists also from the Pine Dot game, Kia Mal as well. So a lot of tributes to all former Calypsonians, you know. So it's going to be a very nice activity this evening.
And that's at 6 o'clock?
That's at 6.
Parkinson Field.
Parkinson Field. So we left the school and just come over to Parkinson School.
Oh, there's that big pasture we can see right there?
Yeah, the big pasture.
Because when we go upstairs, we can look over, we can see.
Yeah, that big pasture right there. So
that's where our playground will be tonight. From 6 o'clock, we're coming for the big concert. Look at your screen, folks. Look at your screen. That's where this Spirit of St. Michael's Southeast will take place, led by Kurt Brown, our own Kurt Brown, and a whole slate of brilliant artists indeed. That's a good reason for you to come out this weekend, to get this weekend kicked off this evening at 6 o'clock. Well done, Bromell.
Yeah, thank
Anything
you.
else happening on your side?
Well, mostly the two activities, so we can just pay some tribute to Malcolm Marshall, and then we come over to the tribute at St. Michael Southeast.
All right, so all happening right here by Parkinson for us. You know where to find it. Enough parking all over the place. 12:30, the bust, and then at 6 o'clock this evening is when we are going to the field to have some fun. Astra, what are you doing?
Okay, yes. I know that we have the big concert coming up tonight, in Parkinson Field, but just carrying that spirit all over to Mott Playing Field. We're going to have a family fun day. We're part of St. Michael Southeast, but we're going to have our family fun day, and we're going to start the morning time at 11 a.m. with all those games that I told you about. We're now set, ready to go. We have an early morning workout hosted by one of our community practitioners, Miss Paula Brathwaite. She's going to be there leading that whole drive. And then we have the little children, the adults coming out for the games. Okay, at 4 o'clock now, we give you a little cool down. And we are going to have a culture presentation. After that culture presentation, which is led by the Dash Valley and Map Hill Stilt Walking Group, and we have a tuck band, everything coming out. So, bring out the family, relax. Our representative, the Deputy Prime Minister, she's going to come and give her remarks. And then we go into, again, highlighting the community. We have our very own Tamisha Harris. She comes out and she represents with a gospel session. And then we have Miss Sade Brathwaite Branch. She's going to do a nice local tribute with she gave me some good songs that, take us there to remind us where we're from.
Right.
And then we have two of our very own, Shaquille Holder and Marley Leacock. They're going to be on as well. And then,
Go ahead.
We have Cooper
My boy, go ahead.
Cooper and Stiffy, Mole and Bruce Lee Almighty, right?
Wow.
But we ain't done yet, neither. That was just the concert. So then you get a little time to relax, you know, continue talking all about it, and everybody come over because we're gonna have a big T20 match, right? We're gonna have, if you know Bap Hill and our history, we are known for cricket.
Yeah.
We would have had clubs like Mount West, Western, those are the guys. So those guys are gonna come out. Give me a combined team, and we have some youngsters who are really gonna make this night really, really exciting. So I want to see everybody come out and support us for that. We're gonna finish that time. So we're good from about 11 to 10 o'clock.
Almost 10 to 10.
Yes, please.
So the whole day tomorrow again.
The whole day tomorrow. And then again, we got.
Michael.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really good.
Y'all
over
are so
there.
lucky you have this kind of a weekend here. Real days, lots of time, lots of things. This is brilliant. So this event, this Family Fun Day is going to be at Mapel, folks. You know where it is, across from the petrol station. That big able playing field right there, taking over from 11 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Oh, not
And
tomorrow. We're on Sunday.
What's today? Today's Friday.
Yes, please.
On Independence
Sunday,
Day.
Independence Day.
Okay.
Yes, please.
So after we finish the parade and the installation of the
Yes,
president,
please.
we're coming up to Map Hill.
Yes, yes.
And then we're going to spend the
We're
whole
going to spend the whole day
there
up there.
in celebration.
In celebration.
And it's right there on your screen. So take a look, folks. That's it. All the information. I see 9 o'clock, but it's really 11 o'clock.
Well, we're giving a little time for the parade and everybody to relax themselves.
Right, right.
So we've adjusted that to about 11. Yes, please.
Gotcha. So it's really starting at 11 o'clock tomorrow. So that is great. And so I'm going to do a quick round robin. Bromwell got stuff going on today, folks. Big things happening today. We are reintroducing you to the bust in memory of the great cricketer Malcolm Marshall. It has been cleaned up, reinstalled, and ready once again at Parkinson Memorial. That unveiling happens at 12:30 today. Look out for it. I can't remember where the bus is. Is it something I can?
It's right here. So you can, as you pass the highway, you look to your left, where the little park,
right,
right there. So you can't miss it even if you're driving across. You can look across and see the bus.
Okay. Or you can drive as close to it as you want to and look and see. Because I really want people to come and remember the man.
Yeah. So it's facing crossing north.
Right.
So it's right here, like opposite between Pioneer and CBC.
Right there.
In the park
So
there, yeah.
come and see this brand new bust, all cleaned up and fixed up. Then later on, we're going to Parkinson Playing Field, which is near the school compound, right there. You can't miss it, indeed, from 6 o'clock this evening for fun and fellowship and food and fetting and fantastic artists. Look at that lineup. Look at that lineup. That's every reason why you need to be there this evening for 6 o'clock as well. And then tomorrow, Kelvin, we have a whole set of activities as well.
Yes, a whole set of activities. We have Freehill, we have Belfield, we have Rihanna Drive, and we have the Ivy on Bleming Pasture. So tomorrow, Barbados, come on. St. Michael's doors are always open. We have our doors open. Come on
shut
down.
the door on me.
To St. Come from St. Lucie.
Correct.
Come on down, and take part in some of the activity that's happening.
Yeah.
It's really a cultural explosion happening, and we are embracing everyone. And also, remember, the Bajan Bright Sparks. That is one that we have a lot happening, and the Prime Minister herself will be there and will be actually, she'll be teaching.
Yes.
So that's brilliant.
I think we all remember the jamboree for the start of Carifesta, or in the Carifesta programming indeed. So that's somewhat similar, where she's brought together all the young people and say, come, let me reason together.
Yes,
You know how the Prime Minister speaks.
yes.
And so in doing all of that, it's a wonderful opportunity for them to hear from the Prime Minister. I see it as a civics lesson. And a lot of our young people need to have those civic lessons again. And so this is an opportunity for our young people of Barbados to be gathered with the Prime Minister at National Botanical Gardens.
Yes.
And that is, again, remind them the time again. And
Right.
where?
So at the National Botanical Gardens, that's happening at 11 to 5. 11 to 5.
On
tomorrow. Saturday, tomorrow.
I want to make you note yourself.
I know. You're always doing this to me, Pearson.
What you must mention that since we have these activities in the Pine, we named the community center, we had the unveiling the wall and Prince of Wall and Parsons. It started to reunite St. Michael Southeast and the Pine. So a lot of people coming up that would never used to come up to the Pine before. So the gathering did a lot for St. Michael Southeast and extension the Pine. And like the thank also the gathering, especially the Prime Minister, for putting this thought in her head, and also for the committee the gathering to actually execute it and to bring in St. Michael Southeast and the Pine back together again.
And that was the whole mission of regathering to begin with, in a way, to bring community back together.
It's happening all over St. Michael. The community is coming back. That unity, that love, you know, and the oneness, you know. And it'd be very remiss of me not to mention these two names, right? A few names here. I'm from the POC. Tanya Jordan, Rosemary Leon, Alicia Payne Hurley. She is my deputy.
How many two names you said?
Right. Two, but you know what? Go around the corner, you see a cow. Then you make a left and a right.
Correct.
Yeah,
right. Do your two.
The man is small. Vanessa Seeley, Astra Holder, Fabian Sargent, Dr. Yvonne Weeks, Glenn Harvey, Lorenzo, and Hester Rose. And also from the Secretariat, Senator John King, Sophia Graves, Captain Wesley Beckles, Keisha Weeks, Kevin Mears, Sharma Skinner, Lashana Griffith, and Akil Chandler Prescott.
And you want to thank Bromel?
Right, Bromel is over at the Pine in St. Michael, and he is represented well. He's well represented.
Fair enough.
Right.
Then on Sunday after the parade, we're heading over to Macpill for a full day of fun with the family and everything else.
It's a family fun day. Come out, turn on your pots. We got you covered in terms of that Sunday food, everything. We got everything over there. You know, come out and support. We got lots of vendors, everything. So that you can
so our
spend
whole
your
weekend
whole
has
day
been
with
planned.
us. Yes.
Whole weekend planned. Thank you. Thank you.
You are most
Thank
welcome.
you. Happy Independence to each of you.
And
as
the same
well.
to you.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, Loss, I full boy. First, taking a break right here. We're coming back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So before I go, look, Chef Jess brought us some pumpkin fritters and some fish cakes. Pumpkin fritters and fish cakes. Pumpkin fritters and fish cakes. This is what we love to eat indeed. And so we encourage you to try these over the holiday weekend, this weekend indeed, as we celebrate our independence. Thanks to Anesta. Anesta brought me those conkies yesterday. Delicious, all gone. I'm so serious, all gone, because I just love to consume all things Bajans. I hope you feel the same as well. There's a lot happening this weekend, Barbados. I want to encourage all of you to get out there, be a proud Barbadian, represent well yourself, your family, and your country. And my little crew wishes all of you, just like me, happy Independence Day. So from all of us to you, have a great weekend.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.